Welcome back to another episode this week. That's right. So, I'm just going to start this off this week and get it out of the way because I'm a bit angry about it. Today, the teaser for the new Birds of Prey trailer dropped, starring Margot Robbie and a bunch of other people. And, I'm not exactly sure why she needed to dress like a walking pom-pom. I was waiting for her to stop and go, "Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey, hey, Mickey." It was ridiculous. Oh, God. I wasn't a huge fan of Suicide Squad, okay? It wasn't terrible. A lot of people say it was probably, like, worse than Justice League, and I don't think anybody could be worse than Justice League, but it wasn't great. And I really felt like the characters in it weren't very well representative of who they are in the comic books. I didn't understand why we needed to have Harley Quinn look like trailer trash. I mean, it was terrible. It was horrible. I'm not. It's just a teaser. It is my fondest wish that they take away the wannabe porn star trailer trash look from Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn and give her a more representative look at the comic books. I mean, really, this is what we're portraying our daughters to look and say at. Like, look at Harley Quinn up on the big screen, alright? She looks like trash. And then look at Harley Quinn in the comic books. Sure, sometimes she dresses a bit slutty. It's comic books, for God's sake. I defy you to find me a female comic book character that hasn't at some point or another been exploited for her sexual assets. But we don't need to do it on the big screen like that. We really don't. I mean, my God, ugh. Okay, I'm over it. I'm done. We're gonna move on, and yeah, we're gonna move on. So, all right. I've only got 3 comic books to review this week. It was a short stack this week, obviously, as you can tell. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different, and at the end, I'm going to review the volume 1 of a trade paperback that I've been reading. So you have to stick around to hear that. So we'll start off with Uncanny X-Men Annual number 1. Really, guy? It's not. Look, all right, I get it. All right, it's an entire issue about Cyclops. All right. So following the events of the previous issue of Uncanny X-Men, we learn that Cyclops is alive again. Yay! Thank you. That's what I wanted there. And apparently, Cable went back in time with the device that the Avengers tried to use to capture the Phoenix Force back in Avengers vs. X-Men. He took it back in time to this dude, Paul, who's supposed to re-engineer the thing and make it smaller. 2 years go by, and when Cyclops dies in the events of X-Men vs. Inhumans, he dies due to exposure from the Terrigen Mist. Cyclops and Paul show up and implant the device in Cyclops' corpse. Flash forward a few months, I believe later, in the timeline, when the Phoenix brings him back to try to convince Jean to become its vessel again, the implanted device absorbs some of the Phoenix's power and revives Cyclops. Now, right? So Marvel has come up with some pretty extreme ways of bringing back dead characters. I believe last episode or the episode before, I talked about how Rhodey Rhodes is alive again. And basically what happened there was he was dead. He was actually dead. A giant hole was blown through the bloke, and Tony Stark was able to revive him using some kind of stasis pod that repaired his body, much in the same way that he did to himself after his battle with Carol Danvers after Civil War II. Come on, really? Alright, I get it. It's comic books, but still. That's what we got. So, Cyclops is alive again. And, now that Nate has destroyed the X-Men, it's up to Cyclops to save the day and set things right. Now, interestingly enough, I kind of got the feeling that Cyclops has always been sorry for what happened in Avengers vs. X-Men. He killed Professor Xavier. He went off the deep end. He abandoned the X-Men, created his own X-Men team. He created a much more lethal version of X-Force than was ever previously created. He became very anti-human. He became the new Magneto, if you will. And yeah, he died, and I was happy with that, and I'm sure a lot of people are happy with that. I know that a lot of people are going to say, oh, X-Men book sales, after he died, they plummeted, and, yeah, Cyclops is a douchebag, but really, when you think about it, no, don't think about it, The guy's a douchebag, stay dead, alright? Hated the guy for decades before Avengers vs. X-Men. Guy's a dick, alright? Wolverine said it best in the first X-Men movie, you're a dick. Wolverine, yes. So, he is. He knows he is. Whatever. Yeah. So let's move on, eh? This is Die, issue number 7. Number 7? I believe it's number 7. Crap. Hold on 1 second while I get my bearings right, try to figure out. I believe it is issue number 7. I gotta pull up my digital library here, because I had to buy it digitally. Something happened with Diamond Distributors, and they screwed something up, and my local comic shop did not get their shipment of Die. It's issue number 7. Yay! Yay! There we go. Had to switch back to my board. So, wow. Issue number 7. Oh my god. The gratuitous violence in this thing is so. Alright. Alright. Hold on to your nuts, wankers, because here we go. Yeah. Just. Oh my god. Alright. So, Senator Barnaby has come to the house of Senator Lipschitz to kill her. Now, of course, Senator Lipschitz isn't having any of it. She's a badass. She's, it's like whatever. So they both break off into a fight. Barnaby tries to shoot her with a gun. She gets the gun away from him, kicks him to the ground. Well, she sucker punches his nuts and knocks him to the ground. But she doesn't stop there. She then proceeds to bash his nuts into mush. Why are you laughing? It's not funny. It's not funny. Not funny at all. I mean, he bashed his nuts. Oh my god. Oh. Dude, yeah. The mush. Literally mush. I mean, it was just, he was down, and then she proceeded to, I don't have anything. She proceeded to, on his nuts with her foot. Yeah. So, now the two of them are going to go back and forth, and they're going to monologue, talking about how each other has failed, and they're both confident that the other is going to triumph over the other, and just back and forth with this whole "I've won, you've lost" thing. While that's going on, George, the psychopathic of the triplets, is setting the stage to assassinate the president. And Barnaby has gotten everything's situated where Lipschitz is going to take the fall. So, but of course, Barnaby doesn't know that Lipschitz is onto his little game and has sent Nate and John to stop George. But here we go again with this, yeah. And, yeah, so Barnaby's got a final ace up his sleeve, and I guess he somehow gives a signal to launch a nuclear missile. I mean, any way to win a fight, I guess, if you're really gonna, yeah, just, I mean, if you're gonna win a fight, you might as well win the fight. Throw a nuclear warhead out there. Why not? So, yeah, I would say things have escalated quickly with this book, but that would definitely be an understatement. Yeah, so, but I'm absolutely loving this book. There's nothing I can't say that I hate about this book, except for the moment when she stomps his nuts into oblivion. It's just painful. I don't care if he deserved it. It's painful just to think about. So, he did deserve it, by the way. He did deserve it. He tried to kill her, so shame on him. All right. So, let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 1. Or as a legacy number, issue number 151. So, for those of you keeping score. Now, Star Fox, one of Thanos' brothers, has called warriors from all over the galaxy to bear witness to A, Thanos' dead body, and a reading of Thanos' will, if you will. But it's not actually a will, it's actually a little video that states that Thanos has chosen a body where his consciousness will be downloaded into the new body that he might be born again, which, of course, panic. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, panic. So, everybody's running around panicking. They're like, oh my god, Thanos is going to be reborn. And so, Star Fox pulls up a list of likely candidates, and Gamora is at the top of that candidate list.
What?
So, of course, nobody knows where Gamora is right now, so there's that. Meanwhile, Quill and Groot are headed back to nowhere, but it's vanished. Nowhere has gone nowhere. Or maybe it's gone somewhere. I don't know. Either way. Yeah, so, and with that, because that was a terrible joke. So, the second one was supposed to be for the trombone thing. My bad. I got a stylus that I'm using on my tablet here, and it seems to be working a lot better. So, let's see, where was I? So the Nowhere's vanished, and Quill has called the Nova Corps in to, report Nowhere going somewhere. And while they're doing that, Nowhere shows up somewhere. I promise it's the last time I'll do that. And the Black Order has brought it to the place of this meeting to retrieve Thanos' body. And of course they attack, and everybody tries to fight back. They use Nowhere to open up a rip in the space-time continuum kind of thing, sucking everybody in. At the same time, the Nova Corpsman that Quill is talking to gets an alert, and they all go rush over to try and help. They arrive just in time as everybody is sucked into the void, and they manage to just barely save Beta Ray Bill, Moondragon, Ryla Vale, and the Cosmic Ghost Rider. I know, right? That's... Whew. So, Quill then states that this is his new gang, so that the Nova Corps doesn't try to arrest the four of them, to try to basically figure out what happened. So our new Guardians of the Galaxy team is Quill, Groot, Beta Ray Bill, Moondragon, Ryla Vale, and the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Yeah. And that's some crazy shit right there, it is. Now, flash forward to another planet where the Black Order has arrived and they've brought Thanos' body to Hela.
What?
Yeah. Now she's got to figure out where his head went so she can resurrect him.
What?
Yeah. So I guess we're at the point where we're going to kind of figure out, did Thanos possibly concoct the scheme where he would tell everybody, hey, my consciousness has been downloaded into another mind somewhere, so that nobody would pay attention to the fact that he's already brokered a deal with Hela to resurrect him? Or does he have absolutely no idea that Hela is planning on resurrecting him? He and Hela had kind of a thing for a little while at the beginning of this current run of Thor. And yeah, no, I'm sorry, previous to this run of Thor, they had a bit of a thing. And yeah, so I'm not really sure exactly, but the Black Order's working for Hela and they're trying to resurrect Thanos.
What?
So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy as hell. Crazy. So, yeah. Alright. That's it for the regular comic books for this week. I told you it was a short list. 3 books. So, let us move on to the trade paperback that I've been reading this week. I'm going to try to make this more of a thing. I've been trying to read a lot more trade paperbacks that I've never really gotten around to reading. I've got quite a large list, digitally, as well as a large stack in my room with the comic books. So I've decided I'm going to try to read one a week, and if I don't have too many comic books to review for you guys, I'll try to go over, the trade paperback I'm reading. So this week's trade paperback, I got digitally from Comixology, thanks to Comixology Unlimited, which is only $6 a month. Thank you. I got this for free. That's right, for free. Comixology did not endorse this ad in any way, shape, or form, and I wish they would. Alright, so, Comixology, if you're listening out there, I'll be totally willing to endorse anything you have to say. Okay. So this is Birthright, Volume 1. It's from Image Comics, and this is the story of Mikey, who on his birthday, while playing catch with his father, goes missing. After a year of everyone looking for him with no luck, blame and suspicion is placed on his father, causing his wife to divorce him, and he develops a drinking problem. So basically, after a year, the entire family is completely fractured, and they're going to get a divorce. Well, one day, the police decide to bring the family to the station to identify a man looking like Conan the Barbarian who claims to be Mikey, but many years older. According to him, he's been in this far-off land Destiny brought him to, and he was brought there to save them from the evil Lord Law.
What?
Yes, thank you. There was a little bit of a delay there. And he's been through a lot. We don't know about how much yet. We get some flashbacks and things that, that happened right when he got there. They were attacked by a beast. He got saved by these angel-looking things. I mean, they're people with wings. I guess they're Thanagarians. I don't know. It's not DC Comics, so there could be anybody. I don't know. I guess the Hawkmen? Were they Hawkmen from the Flash comics? I guess I don't really remember. I don't remember. Were they Hawkmen? It doesn't matter. Moving on. So they're going to help train him to become the champion that they need, because supposedly he is the one to defeat Law. And according to his story, he defeated Law and now has come home to find these 5 wizards who are war criminals, and he needs to bring them back to that realm so that they can close a rift, so that the rift doesn't open again, and Law's evil influence can't infest this world. Yeah, so hold on, because it gets better. So he's got his father and his brother convinced, but his mom is completely insane. I don't know what's going on. You're crazy for believing him. You're both retarded. I don't know what's going on. I don't want any part of this. And his father and his brother can help him break out of the police station. Yeah, So, once they're broken out of the police station, the three of them move down to track the first of these wizards named Ward, who's got power over nature, I guess. Yeah. So, of course, when they find him, he puts up a fight, obviously, and before dying, he reveals to Mikey's brother what is really happening to Mikey. And from the looks of things, he did not defeat Law. He did not pass go. He did not collect 200 rubies. In fact, he actually lost the battle against Law. And Mikey even made a deal with Law so he could come home, because that's really all he ever wanted. Yeah. So Birthright Volume 1. I really liked the story. I wasn't sure about what I was going to get. I thought it was just going to be some fantasy story, and it was going to be a, King Arthur like child champion and yayness. But this is actually, it really threw me for a loop, and I really enjoyed it. I'm actually going to pick up Volume 2 here shortly, and so definitely stay tuned later for Volume 2. Maybe you'll get it next week. Maybe you won't. I guess you'll have to stick around to see. Yep. So, with that being said, that is it for this week's episode. Be sure to head over to Twitter, walkofthegeek.com, and Instagram, everything Walk of the Geek. You can even find a Facebook page. If you search it on Facebook page, it's Walk of the Geek Podcast. Walk of the Geek Pod. I don't remember. I just set it up, so, it's... Hold on a minute. You know what? Hold on a minute. Let me give it a look, and I'll tell you. I don't do a whole lot with Facebook. I'm not a big fan of Facebook. I feel like if you're... Really, Facebook is really a place for just a whole lot of negativity. It's Walk of the Geek Podcast. So if you go over to Facebook, check out Walk of the Geek Podcast. You can check out some of the stuff I've got there. There's a little bit of stuff there. We'll probably be setting up more stuff as time goes on. I'm going to try to integrate more of the Facebook stuff into what's going on, because apparently Facebook is where it's at. Yeah. So, don't forget to head over to my website, walkofthegeek.com. Check out the giveaways. There are, as I record this, there are a couple of more days left to sign up for a copy of Deadly Class issue volume number 1. It's a trade paperback, so it's the first volume of Deadly Class. The show is on right now on USA. Just started episode 2. It's really good, and you'll be able to paint a whole lot of similarities, and they do such an awesome job of following the trade. So check that out, sign up for it, and if you sign up for it, you'll get the opportunity to find out what next month's book is. And let me tell you, it's hella good. So it's so good I can't even say it here. So until next week. Yeah. Peace.